Well, hello everybody. Kerwin and Brenda Jordan here, Jordan and Jordan Financial. Happy New Year. Welcome back to us again. We're so excited that you are allowing us to do your tax returns. Just a real quick update. January 28th is the official electronic filing date that the IRS has just recently released to us. However, we're taking in tax returns now. We want to get a jump on things because everybody's going to wait until that day to actually do the returns and file them. But we are a electronic filing service center, so we can actually get the returns, get them prepared, get them transmitted. And once the IRS cuts on that switch, your files will be processed first in, first out. Okay, so I want to let you know that. Also, if we do get them early enough, your refunds will be processed within about 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, if they get in there quick enough. So I want you guys to all know that. And then also, Brendan reminded me, if you have family, friends, colleagues that you would like us to help, send them our way. Okay, and have them send me an email to jordantaxpreparation@gmail.com, and then we will send them the tax information sheet, such as you'll have with this video, along with some other information about myself and Brenda and how we got started, to welcome them into our tax family. Okay, so I'm very excited about 2019. Very excited about many of you have bought homes, which is really great. I also want to interject that if you didn't, this is the time to set up a small business. Business entities have the greatest tax advantages than any other type of entity. Even if you do work for someone on a W-2, you can still have a side business. Okay, so send me an email saying, hey, I'm interested in starting a business. What should I do? So real quickly, I want to just share a couple of things why that is. Why some business entity strategies. Now, there are a lot of places where you can go to get these business entities set up, but you just don't want to set up a business entity to set it up, okay? You need to know the differences between the entities. Now, I'm just going to give you a rough breakdown of about, I think I got time for 4 different entities. Now, a popular business entity is called the LLC, or limited liability company. And you may hear the term that is a pass-through. Some understand that, some don't understand it. But basically, an LLC, people typically want to set that type of business entity because they think it will help protect whatever assets they have in the way of property, equipment, computers, money, and so forth from being garnished or taken by the IRS or the government or being sued. And that's not completely true 100%. There are other laws by which they can still attach those assets. So it just depends. Also with an LLC, most LLCs, if they're doing under $10 million a year, an LLC might be good. Sometimes they have 2 or more partners involved and it's spread out. So these entities are based on income, okay? The other type of business entity is called a C Corp. Now, most people, I remember one time I had a C Corp, and I learned this the hard way, that a C Corp, or what is the full name is called a closed corporation, pays 2 taxes. Okay, the corporation pays the taxes on whatever is profitable, and then on the personal return, the owners, the shareholders, the employees, they also pay all these taxes. So it's a high tax burden type entity. And generally speaking, just so you know the money threshold, if you're making $10 million or more in 12 months, then a C Corp is something we can look at doing for you. But if you're under $10 million a year, $10 million a year, forget it. It's not worth it. Now, then the third type of business entity I want to share is called the S Corporation, or S Corp. S stands for small businesses. Now, in terms of money, typically the IRS looks at a small business under $5 million a year. Okay, that's the threshold. The reason why is because businesses who are gross income, $5 million a year, it's not really worth their attention to focus on you. They like to go for the bigger guys that are making hundreds of millions of dollars, okay? So if you're under $5 million a year, S Corp is typically ideal. There's a lot of benefits to going with that small corporation. It's another pass-through entity. It pays no income taxes of itself, but it flows over to the personal tax returns, and then there's some other strategies that we do to help that. And then the last business entity, which is the most simplest one of them all, which is the one that I would like to help probably a lot of you, is the sole proprietorship or the unincorporated entity. Okay, which is you don't have to file anything, you don't have to set up anything, and if the business is doing under now $100,000 a year, typically that's what you need to be as an unincorporated business entity. Once you go over 100,000 and get closer to 500 grand a year, you talk to me and then we can look at restructuring it. So when you set up a business, you're going to always look at restructuring things. No, now listen real close to this. Just because you initially set up a business one way doesn't mean that it stays that way forever. It just depends on tax laws, financial things that are changing, and the business itself changing. We may have to restructure things. So as I close, even if you have a W-2, you got a great job. I'm doing this extra time because I want everybody to think about a business. Some of you are good consultants. Some of you have skills. Some of you have so many tasks, and it wouldn't take a lot of time to set up, okay? But it would show that you could create a side income in addition to your full income. And then it would give many, many tax benefits, tax deductions against your earned income, which would lower your taxes, okay? So again, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for the relationship. Many of you have been with Brent and I and our company for many years. Those that are new to the Jordan Tax family, welcome you. We embrace you. And as always, we do your tax returns as though they're our own. And every tax return we do at no additional cost or charge to you, we support it 100% against audits, examinations, inquiries, questions you have, questions the IRS have, questions any state across all 50 states. We take care of it all in one shot. That fee you pay us for the whole year, it covers the protection of your return forever. Okay, you never pay us twice. So that being said, Happy New Year. Brent and I, again, are very thankful. We're very excited and charged, and we're looking forward for a very prosperous, wealthy, healthy, rich, successful 2019 this year for you and your family. Good health and success in everything you do. Okay, so that being said, any questions, any comments you have, please send me an email, and Brent and I will respond to you within a 24-hour period, same day. Okay? All right. Thank you again. Bye-bye.